Bonnois. Good evening, dwellers, and welcome to part 8 of Fallout 4 modded Fusion City Rising. And we are starting off looking at this beautiful piece of art, and we are in the Land of Lore. This is where we left off. Some more art, some custom art as far as I can tell. I've been saying that in every video so far, so if I'm wrong, it's pretty embarrassing. But we're progressing through, and I already kind of ran through here real quick and saw that there's just a ton of computers, and all these computers seem to have a ton of lore on it. So we're just going to keep progressing through here and enjoying the lore that the mod author put in here. Alright, the odds are against us. Alright, so this is more lumber stuff. Alright, so this is 3 pages long. I'm not going to read this all. I'm going to skim it. I'm going to leave it on the screen so you guys can read as well. If you saw the last video, you know that this mod is chock full of Office Space references. Alright, how does a city become prosperous? This is interesting. We're talking about Switzerland. Alright. Our weaknesses. Our strengths. Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. See? Club Fusion. That's what I was referring to. Booty rocking everywhere. Sorry, I'm terrible. Our agenda. Alright, I might read this. Our primary goals as a society over the next half-century must include: number 1, access to technology that will produce clean, I don't know why I skipped the word recycled clean, radiation-free water, so that we do not deplete the confined aquifers we currently draw from. 2, establish trade with other settlements for food and supplies. While we can grow our own food with hydroponics and interior lighting, the space to grow food is limited and not sufficient to meet projected demand. We need an outside supply. 3, become the Commonwealth's premier tourist destination to attract traders, scientists, and new settlers who can help raise the standard of living? Living, yes. 4, implement time-tested legal, political, and economic institutions conducive to a peaceful society and prosperous economy. Okay. All seems relatively straightforward. Clean water initiative. Clean water challenges. Not going to read this. Just going to leave it up. Pause it if you want to read it. Pretty straightforward. Project Purity, you know, call back to Fallout 3. Alright, now this is talking about a scribe. So are they saying that Initech has something to do with the Brotherhood of Steel? Interesting. DC team assembled. Okay. The art is so I mean, he's portraying this as such a terrible they're portraying this as such a terrible, horrible company, but like super like uber professional, and then we have satanic imagery and the skulls and all the other stuff. It's aesthetically it's very interesting. Alright, so we have a holotape. Project Purity log. Alright, so I got the passwords from 2 different places in case I guess you're absolutely clueless in regards to finding them. Teddies, I'm sure I have a teddy collection. I normally always do. Whenever I play any Fallout, I always take the teddy bears. Alright, so let's do this one and then that one, I guess. I'll take that stimmy. Thank you. Alright, Project Purity log. So Fallout 3 stuff. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, wow. Okay. DC trip prep. Rick Hendricks, Project Purity Log. We are setting out today for DC, traveling northwest by foot along the remains of the I-95 through Providence, New Haven, New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, and finally DC, District of Columbia. I actually watched a video recently about why District of Columbia is called District of Columbia. Mainly because I am teaching my 7-year-old son, and it's something that I never learned in school. And the story behind it's kind of weird, but interesting. I'm not going to spoil it for you. If you want to search it up, it doesn't take that long to find out. But it doesn't really have anything to do with Columbia at all. Which should seem obvious, but then you might say, well, then why did we name it that in the first place? Well, look it up and find out. Educate yourself. A couple of those places were hit directly by the bombs, and the radiation is still pretty bad. We're bringing along as much Rad-X and Radaway as we can. I don't think I'm going to read all these because there's a lot, but they're short. I will. Arrival in DC. Finally made it here to the Jefferson Memorial in DC. Arrived right in the middle of a group of supermoons trying to raid the place. Glad we were able to help fend them off. Project Purity has help from a group called the Brotherhood of Steel in defending the place. Hopefully that's enough. We met with James. James. Yep. So, Fall 3. Catherine. Yes. That was Mommy and Daddy. Madison. So, Madison Lee. The 3 scientists in charge of the project. Doesn't sound like they've made much progress since Bigetti's last report. Problems with the portable fusion generators, equipment, calibration, etc. 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 James and Catherine. We're making a decent project. We're making decent progress on Project Purity. Biggest problem is still we don't know what we don't know. Every time we solve one problem, 2 more crop up. James and Catherine finally came out today about their relationship with each other. Everyone already knew, so now at least we don't have to pretend anymore not to notice. Good for them. Super mutant raids continue to be a problem. We've lost 2 men from our Intertech security detail, and the Brotherhood still has lost more than 10 soldiers. They are starting to lose patience with us, but you can't rush science. Progress and pregnancy. So, I mean, is this basically just going to kind of go through, like, what we already know from Fallout 3? Because hopefully, if you played Fallout 4, you played Fallout 3 before, and you know the story. Yep. And that was the birth of your character that you play in Fallout 3. More about the raids. Yep. Bombshell. Alright. Yeah, this is when he left. Yep. Okay. So it's kind of like, hey, if you didn't play Fallout 3, wait, what? I was skimming. Alright, I'm gonna have to go back to the beginning. Hold on. Let me go back to the beginning, because I was skimming this, and everything was like totally what we're familiar with, and then I read something that confused me, so let's start from the beginning. We're gonna read all this. James dropped a bombshell on me the other day. His top priority has become the safety of his baby son. I mean, it could be a boy or a girl, but anyway, I guess just from his perspective, or the mod author's perspective, it's being son. But he's out of options. He said that as much as Project Purity meant to Catherine, this is no place for an infant, especially an infant without its mother. James doesn't see how the baby can survive if it stays at Project Purity. James wants to leave, but his home is back in Boston. It will be roughly 20 years before the radiation levels are low enough between here and Boston for the journey to be safe enough to take along a baby. The doses of Rad-X and Radaway necessary to fight off the radiation are enough to kill an infant. But there's no good options in the DC wasteland either. Well, I mean, he goes to the vault, and that's... Alright, let's keep reading now. I didn't know what to offer, but James and Catherine have become like family, so that's when I let it slip. I told James I was from Initech, our need for clean source of water, our association with Vault-Tec, etc. He was disturbed by that revelation, but I asked him to hear me out. Then I explained about the vaults that Vault-Tec built, how most of them were social experiments, but there was one vault nearby, Vault 101. Okay, yes, this still tracks. James just needed a way in. Yes, fine. That was the problem. A water scientist was a very specific skill set, not a service that is easily tradable for food or shelter. What incentive would the vault have to let in 2 more mouths to feed. There was a long pause in the conversation. I have a secret to tell you. My real name is not James. I'm over 180 years old, and my name is Shaun. And that's when he hit me with it. Basically gave me his life story. Crazy stuff. I wouldn't believe it coming from anyone else. Still not sure how much of it's true. James or Shaun, I guess I should call him, told me. So wait, so the mod author's trying to tie Fallout 3 into Fallout 4, but this is I think the mod author broke me. Alright, let's keep reading. How he never knew his real parents. He was born before the war, made it into a vault as an infant, Vault 111, where they cryo-froze everyone, and then some place called the Institute thawed him out 30 years ago. He used his undamaged DNA to produce androids indistinguishable from humans called synths, and on and on. So yeah, he's trying to say that James from Fallout 3 is the father, so that would make your character in Fallout 3 your character in Fallout 4's grandson. But James dies in Fallout 3. Spoiler alert, everybody! If you've never played Fallout 3, James dies in Fallout 3, and Shaun is still alive here. So okay, so unless my brain is just having such a difficult time processing this, I don't see how. It's a cool idea if James didn't die in Fallout 3, but unless he's a synth. Okay, I mean, I guess that's could be fairly obvious. Alright, let me keep reading. He explained how he wasn't allowed to leave the Institute until he was 25 because the Institute couldn't risk his life until their Gen 3 synth program was complete. Shortly after is when he left to explore the feasibility of a large-scale water purifier on behalf of the Institute, but now the project appeared doomed. He would be expected to return to the Institute. So you guys can basically clone people into these synths and give them fake memories, personalities, and whatever skills sets you want, I asked. Yeah, it's not perfect yet, but pretty much, Shaun confided. I have a crazy idea, I told Shaun. I had a deep range transmitter and offered to let him use it to contact the Institute. Over the next few days, he worked out the plan. The Institute would clone Shaun from his DNA and memories they have already had on file before he left, except he would give the clone skills as a physician and childcare expert. So, okay. So he's saying that James in Fallout 3 wasn't really my father. Well, now I'm saying my because I played Fallout 3, so in my head I have a character, but wasn't really the character's father, but he was a synth created so that way the real James could go back to the Institute and go back to being Shaun. Okay. Interesting. Cute. You know, it's fair enough. I'm not going to say anything negative about it. I mean, he worked it out. And again, it is sci-fi, so you can make things work if you want them to work. The synth clone would travel to DC and assume the identity of James, gain access to Vault 101 as a physician, since that is a skill universally in demand, and raise the child in safety there. Shaun would return to the Institute. It wasn't a perfect plan, but it was the only one he could think of that ensured the baby's survival. Okay. So, wow. Let's keep going here. James' resignation. Shaun, still known as James Everyone at Project Purity, announced to the team today. Alright, so now we're back to things that we kind of already know. Shaun is going to lay low at the safe house with the baby for the next few weeks until his clone shows up. Fine. Rest in peace, Project Purity. Brother Steele's pulling the plug. We know all this. Fine. Arrival of the clones. Attack of the clones. Shaun's clone, James, we're calling him, showed up today with a group of Gen 2 synths. This is going to be weird. Okay, fine. Yep. Vault 101. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, that all tracks with everything else that you know if you know Fallout 3. Headed up to Boston. Shaun and I are leaving DC for Boston tomorrow. These last 3 weeks, Shaun seems like a completely different person. He has become bitter, refuses to talk about his infant son or Project Purdy like they didn't exist. I can't imagine what he's going through. I'm going to head over to the Project Purdy site this afternoon. We left a key piece of research behind in a safe there. Guilfoyle, I guess is how you would say that, is telling me I'm an idiot to go. I should just leave it, but it's important. All right. Oh, wait, there's more. Hendrix is dead. Guilfoyle here. Hendrix is dead. He was a good friend, but idiot wouldn't listen to me. I told him not to go retrieve the research from Project Purdy, but he couldn't help himself. When he got there, the place was overrun by super mutants, and you can guess the rest. Shaun and his security detail left for Boston. I'm staying here in DC. We'll report back if I see anything interesting. Don't expect to hear from me for a while. Guilfoyle out. Alright, and that is everything. Alright, well, wow. Very cool. Creative, lore friendly, totally, in my opinion. Yeah, lore friendly. Some people might disagree. Alright, here we go. I started a cult. Alright, so this is the guy Guilfoyle that came in at the end of the previous computer, and then we're going to be opening up the door and moving on and killing some more dudes. I started a cult. How long is this going to be? Couple pages long. Alright, this sounds like more Fallout 3 stuff. So I'm going to kind of skim through. Decided to start a cult so I could hook up with crazy chicks. Alright. So this has to do with Megaton and then worshipping the bomb, I'm guessing. So they're saying that this guy created the children of Adam. Alright, and then Synth James shows up. So again, we're tying this character into Fallout 3. Guess who I saw? Double whammy. First James shows up yesterday, then this kid who looks just like the spitting image of James shows up today looking for James, who the kid says is his dad. Lone Wanderer. Boom. Kid showed up again in Megaton today. His eyes look like he has seen a lifetime in the past 2 weeks. Anyway, the kid decides he's going to try disarming the Megaton bomb. I've got a good scam going here with the Children of Adam cult, so I tried to talk him out of it, but he wouldn't listen. He made me really nervous. Who knows if this kid knows what he's doing, and despite the whole nuclear division giving births to infinite universes shtick, I don't want to get blown up any more than the next person, but holy crap, he disarmed it. Praise be to Adam. Hopefully this doesn't ruin my scam. We might have enough branch out and find new radiation sources to worship. Lone Wanderer GF girlfriend? Alright, now we're talking about Sydney. That's pretty funny. Sydney is a temporary companion in Fallout 3. In my last playthrough of Fallout 3, which was very recent, she was bugged and kept showing up places that she was not scripted to show up. It was rather hilarious how many times she showed up at important moments in places where she just was not supposed to be there at all. Project Purity success. At this point, I'm just kind of skimming, talking about Enclave, some railroad. All right. Oops. This Children of Adam cult has grown out of hand. Now we're back. We're doing some more references back to Fallout 3 with the Springvale incident. That's where they were spiking the water with radiation and killing people after Project Purity was a success. Yep. Since I just played Fallout 3, all this stuff is pretty fresh in my mind. Way fresher in my mind than Fallout 4 stuff is, in fact. I was playing some really cool mods for 3. I was enjoying them. I don't even remember, because I finished. I don't remember what the last one I did was. Alright. What's next? Planning a visit. Hey, I figured I'd check in. Hope those COA DC outcasts aren't causing too many problems up in the Commonwealth. Heard you guys have a pretty sweet hotel and brothel up there at Fusion City. Think I might take a sabbatical from my duties here in DC and head up later this week to check it out. Alright.
Let's rock!
Oh. Whoa, Peter's sweeping dudes.
Come on, that likes me. Take him out.
Man, you picked the wrong fight. Glad that's over. I've got your back.
I'm glad you're invincible, Peter. Alright, still in danger. Anybody else coming? Anybody in the bathroom? All those dudes were in the potty at the same time? Mentats. Hairbrush.
He vanished.
I didn't vanish at all? I kind of did the opposite of vanishing, in fact. I'm literally just I'm looting the bathroom. You guys are just terrible at looking for people. Just admit it. Peter thinks that was cool. Peter, when you gonna offer me your mission, Peter?
Don't come back. Please don't come back.
I'm coming back. There are only 3 blips left. You know what would help?
Maybe they're still here.
Maybe. You know what would help? If I undo those and I go with the
Watching us. Laughing.
Can I pick all these up? Booyah.
Yeah, stay gone.
Let's turn this off though. The big booms.
Yeah, hi, it's Will Lumber again. Just wanted to make sure you knew that we are still issuing the standard kill orders on all intruders.
No.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
So I'm gonna have to ask you to go ahead and surrender your weapons and lie face down on the floor for execution. Okay?
Not happening in Lumberg. I'm not working on Saturday either, or Sunday. You can suck it. Yeah, some of these areas are like super bright. Alright, so we're just gonna keep going. So we now still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more computers with presumably ton more lore on it. Alright, we're gonna keep going. These are some lore heavy episodes. I hope somebody's enjoying all this. I mean, besides me, I'm enjoying it, but I hope you guys are doing it. Between me doing all the reading and in many cases just kind of trying to skim through. Damn, Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle was right. His group of children atom crazies showed up at Ground Zero the other day just over the hill from us and started building dwellings. We'll keep an eye on them. Vault 59? Something weird is going on over the Ground Zero crater. Our surveillance team spotted the COA entering a cave there. I wonder if they discovered the remnants of Vault 59. Sword of Adam. The COA have started. So COA is children of Adam, if you haven't figured it out. I mean, it should be obvious, but just in case. Have started spreading out all over the Commonwealth. Even made it as far as up as Salem. Their clothes and weapons are starting to look different. Appears they've militarized into some group they call the Sword of Adam. Nuclear stockpile. One of our scouts said they spotted a group of children of Adam in their Sword of Adam attire entering the Sentinel site. As we feared, they're after the nukes there. Sword of Atom doesn't pose much of a threat to us, but still we're going to beef up security on the nuclear stockpile here at Initech. Sword of Atom attack imminent. Alright, I'm not going to read all this. We'll just skim it through. Alright, so Gribble was bad. Emergency Protocol 187, which is murder, death, kill. More Lumberg. Am I going to get to kill Lumberg in this? Because that's pretty exciting. I'm not going to lie. Alright. This piece of art looks like something. Looks like something I did once. I used to do some art on some photography, and I would play with it in InfraView. Interesting. Alright, this one says Surveillance Sex Tape Archive. Okie dokie. Fusion City Female Shower Archive. Are you at least 18 years of age? Maybe I shouldn't click on this. I'm not sure. I am 18 years of age. I'm more to double that, but I'm not sure what this is going to show. I don't have a badge number. Okay, so I can't, which might be a very good thing. I can't see what these things are without a badge number. Yeah, okay. Didn't really want to see that anyway, but I was just curious what it was going to say in there. Alright, so we can't do any of that. That's awesome. Technology log. Project Purity is online. So that's kind of covering stuff we already know. Natural looking artificial light. Sad. Seasonal affective disorder. I'm sad. Kind of joking, but one of my oldest and best friends has this a lot. He always gets super depressed during winter time. It's like suicidal sometimes even. Like I've had to talk him off the edge a couple times. And it, just because of the weather, I'm like, man, I get depression, so it's hard to know, like, to feel what somebody else is feeling if you don't feel. So I don't want to, diminish what he's feeling, but don't really have anything else to say about that. I'm just gonna end it there. Surveillance, hologram program tech. Alright, it's leaving it up if you want to read. Pause and read. I'm skimming through quickly because there's a lot in here. Alright, so we're talking about Allie Fillmore, who I figured out was from the Institute after I was super confused. Why she was in lingerie, rather risque lingerie. Teleportation. So again, Allie Fillmore, we know teleportation's a thing because, well, we do it. Sex robots. Okie dokie. And personal jetpacks. That's a thing in 76. I'm nowhere close to using a jetpack. Okay. This is really throwing me off. I'm actually going to throw a save here. Because that looks so much like something that I've done. I want to compare it to one of my pieces. I'm not suggesting that it's my piece. I just... Peter, get off that computer. And just... it's eerily similar. Peter, get out of the way. Vault-Tec status log. Vault-Tec secret headquarters in Texas destroyed. Oh. More Lumberg. Oh, yeah, so Lumberg's just a robot. He's not, so I'm not going to get to kill him. I mean, he was the robot voice, but I was still kind of hoping that there was actual human being I'd be able to murder to death at some point, but apparently that's not going to be the case. Okie dokie. And secret Commonwealth vault. We haven't had communication with the vault since before the Great War. We aren't sure if anyone is still alive. To the extent they have emerged from their vault and explored the Commonwealth, we haven't detected signs of them yet. Lumberg assures us that Vault-Tec is monitoring our activity, but that's most likely just propaganda. Interesting. Alright, so we have a safe. Security breach log. We've been hacked. Now, I did mention some hacking earlier. We appear to have been hacked. I'm not sure how that is even possible. The unauthorized access occurred on New Year's Eve, the night of the big Club Fusion party. Whoever broke into the system had access to our intel logs records for the past 60 years. We have no leads at present. Additional security measures to be implemented to prevent future infiltrations. Surveillance of Fusion City residents. Not gonna read this one. It's not super exciting. Milton Adams security risk, August 5th, 2287. Alright, so this is referencing back to one of the things I read on the computer in the previous episode. And also Milton's the guy from Office Space who burned it down because they took his stapler. Alright, source of the 2284 breach discovered. Based on a journal recovered from the mysterious lookout on Vault 111, we are holding here for further analysis. Here, the unknown spy who was staking out Vault 111 works for the railroad and may also be the person responsible for hacking the network back in January 2284. We still don't know his identity, only that he claims to have a son and believes his father to be director of the Institute. Wait, so what? That he claims to have a son and believes his father to be the director of the Institute, but that could just be crazy ramblings of... That could just be the ramblings of crazy... They talking about me? We still don't know his identity, only that he claims to have a son and believes his father to be the director of the Institute. But that could just be the ramblings of a crazy person. Efforts to tail the spy staking out Vault 111 and detain him for questioning were unsuccessful. He is apparently skilled in the art of evasion and disguise. So they're talking about... It sounds like they're talking about me, but it sounds like they're talking about Deacon. So... Right, this one's throwing me for more of a loop than the other one. So... Claims to have a son and believes his father to be director of the Institute. So Peter is supposed to be Deacon's son, but Shaun... Alright, maybe I need more information. This puts us in an awkward position with the railroad. Through our relationship with Dr. Carrington, we rely on the railroad to provide a safe sense as dancers for Club Fusion, and Club Fusion dancers are arguably the best source of intel on the Commonwealth as a result of their ability to coax information out of drunk and horny club patrons. If we accuse the railroad of employing a spy to hack us and demand they reveal the spy's identity, we risk unnecessarily jeopardizing that relationship. For now, we will continue to investigate the railroad spy on our own. Hacked again. 2287. We got hacked again, same time as Club Fusion Halloween party last night. Not sure if it was the same railroad agent as before or someone new. How did he keep pulling this off? Milton Adams detained. Alright, so they think it's Milton? Okie dokie. So I guess I'm guessing I'm going to be finding Milton? Alright, so let's disengage the lock and open the door. And there's going to be a bunch of bad guys that pour in. Not initially. Alright, so we got the journal. A journal found at Vault 111. And some other goodies. Alright. Can we read the journal real quick? Right at the top, just the way I like it. I was saying I was playing 76 yesterday, and I said in the video I was making that the new is one of my favorite things about 76. There's a lot I don't like about 76 because I'm not a multiplayer game guy, and I feel like I'm missing out on so much because I'm not really participating in that aspect of the game. But the new in the menus I love because it makes it so much easier to find things when you pick them up, and then like I just have a grabbing things, and then I forgot what exactly the name was, or I remember part of it and it's not the first word, and then I'm going through 50 notes trying to find one note.
I ever tell you about the time I was in Capital Wasteland? I put myself under the knife every year or two. It keeps our enemies guessing. I'm a liar. Everyone knows it. I make no secret of it. But believe this one thing. I'm in your corner. Always have been. Welcome to the family.
Okay, so that was 100% a quote from Deacon, taken out of the voice files. I'm not even reading the note now because I'm just processing why we just had Deacon talk. So part of all the different Deacon's origin story lies that he's telling us. And it talked about being family. So now let's read this and try to process this with what we just read on the computer with the quote that we just had from Deacon. I feel like my head's going to explode. I feel awful about leaving my son alone at Railroad headquarters to come out here, but he's in good hands there. So we're talking about Peter. This lookout post over Vault 111 is a long shot, but it's the only remaining lead I've got. I know my grandparents are in there, likely both alive in cryostasis, but there's no way in. I know my grandparents are in there. Alright, so wait. Is this playing into the Deacon's the Lone Wanderer? That Deacon's the Lone Wanderer, I don't want to say conspiracy theory, but theory? Because I was saying that I feel like I'm almost there. I know my grandparents are in there. So, my God. So James is Shaun, who's my son. So Deacon is... Let me keep reading. I feel like I'm almost there. But there's no way in. I'm convinced they are the key to accessing the Institute and finding my real father. So... Yeah, so I would... My character in this is Shaun's father. But Shaun is James. So that would make Deacon my grandson. And that would make Peter my great-grandson. Right? Please tell me I'm right. That sounds right. So here I sit waiting. Fun times, but I'm used to it. Covert intelligence. Involves a lot of waiting around. Being a spy is like sitting in a doctor's reception area 24 hours a day. You read magazines, sip coffee, and every so often someone tries to kill you. Back in early '84, when Tinker Tom posed as the DJ for Club Fusion in a New Year's Eve party, he helped me hack into Initech's archives. I had no idea it would lead me here. Wasn't even looking for the info I found. At the time, I just wanted intel on Dr. Zimmer, that's Fallout 3, and the Institute. And I knew Initech had it. I also hoped they had anything on the disappearance of my wife, but no luck. Yeah, I mean, Deacon does talk a lot about his wife. And I'm guessing that's why he very specifically said it was a he when he was referring to the character in Fallout 3, because if it's Deacon, then it would have to be he, unless he can figure out how to swap genders, which honestly is possible. This mod is very old though, so maybe that wasn't even a thought in the mod author's mind when he was making this. But anyway, but no luck. There. It was August 13th, 2258, entry from Initech's Project Purity logs that started to piece things together for me. When the man I thought was my father died in Project Purity reactor in DC 10 years ago, the synth chip we found in his body made absolutely no sense until I read that entry. So yes, I feel like I got this now. I understand. So Deacon is my grandson, and Peter is my great-grandson. Wow. Through the intel from escaped synths and various Institute sightings, I basically affirmed what I feared. My real father runs the Institute. Effed up, right? I sometimes wonder if there's still good in him, if he can be turned. But I have to remind myself this isn't a Star Wars movie. Deacon, I'm your father. Okay. Get to the detention center. So who's going to be in the detention center? Milton? Is Milton going to be Deacon? I'm so... I don't want to say I'm so confused. I feel like I'm not confused. I feel like I understand. And I'll be honest, I kind of love it. Alright, so can I... Not going to let me shoot you through the glass, are you? Huh? It did let me shoot him through the glass. Like every time with that Grim Reaper sprint. Oh, hey.
What's that noise?
Let's do this.
Peter, I don't want to accidentally kill you. Peter, I'm your great-grandfather, and I brought you to your first strip club. Aren't I the coolest great-grandfather ever? Listen, if I live long enough to see my great-grandson, which is not happening because I didn't have my son until later in life, so... it would require some pretty good magic for that to happen. But if somehow that did happen, I would totally take him to his first strip club. Alright, what's with the weird music? Got lights flashing?
Who's there?
I found him!
No, what?
Here we go.
Where did you come from?
Uh-oh. Here we go again.
Okay. Give you that one.
Peter, you're on fire. Who's shooting at me? Oh, wow. Oh, this is a lot of bad guys. Okay, I can't see. Alright, let's backtrack a little bit, Peter. Oh, Peter's down. Alright, you're super annoying me. Peter, are you okay, Peter? Really? A hunting rifle? Peter. I'm sorry, Peter. You need a stimmy?
Oh, man, come back!
Ain't nothing.
Please just die. Peter. You need a stimmy, Peter. Peter thinks that was awesome. Peter, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you got shot, Peter. A lot. And set on fire. I was just talking about how I was the best great-grandfather ever. And then you got shot and set on fire a whole bunch. So... maybe not... oh. Sorry. Maybe not as cool as I thought it was. Alright. Well, on the bright side, we finally appear to have... It always looks like way more caps than it is when I manage to pick them up. Yeah, that wasn't very many. Suppressed advanced note. I like the suppressed part, but that's about it. Peter, you're taking a rest. I see. Or that noise, that alarm or whatever that is, super annoying. Can I turn that alarm off? No? How did I kill people downstairs? The grenades, duh. Alright, I'm still wrapping my head around the story that this mod author put together. I mean, it went from being like kind of interesting, you know, enjoying it, you know, weird, you know, kind of club thing, way too many NPCs, crashy, but still kind of enjoying the fun of the Office Space stuff and some of the other references and things, and then boom! He just dropped a bomb on me with this whole Deacon is the lone wanderer and everything else that I've already gone over. Peter, where are you at, Peter? Grandson, great grandson. Oh, he's sitting down again. He's tired. He just got set on fire. He could take a nap. You take a nap, Peter. Enraging automatic pipe. I don't remember. I'm not one of those people that knows what all these different adjectives mean. Like, enraging sounds good to me, but it probably isn't. Alright, Peter, let's talk for a minute. Buddy, why don't you ever...
Hey.
Trying to talk to you.
What's new?
I don't know, I keep hoping that you're gonna, let's do another joke.
Tell me a joke.
How'd you get a super mutant to laugh on Sunday? Tell him a joke on Friday.
I really want you to have a quest. I thought you were going to, but...
Your thoughts?
Why do people say war never changes? War constantly changes.
No, you've said that before, so we're gonna stop now.
I don't need anything.
Okay.
And there's nothing else, right?
Hey.
Nothing. I could trade with him. Okay. Maybe there's not. I swore I read there was. I might have to go back and read it again. Make sure I'm not crazy pants. That there was a, that he has a personal quest. Alright, he's going to teleport in 3, 2... Where are you at, Peter? 1. Don't make a liar out of me, Peter. Peter, you always teleport in. Great-grandson! There we go. Here, we'll switch sides. That's a good thumbnail right there. Help me out, YouTube. Grab that. It's my great-grandson right there. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, hi, it's me again, Will Lumberg. I stepped away for a minute. Just wanted to check in and see if you've been neutralized yet. Yeah. So if you could go ahead and just die as soon as possible, that would be terrific. Okay?
Okay, so now it looks like we have a ton more blips again. But they're not currently hostile, but I'm going to guess that they're going to become hostile. And we have a reception terminal, which maybe some more lore, and then we're going to open up the door and kill a bunch more people, probably. Making the world a better place. At Initech Detention and Rendition Center, we're revolutionizing the process of enhanced interrogation, making the world a better place through the use of refined social, mobile, and local trauma algorithms to produce superior black site protocols and special rendition techniques. It totally sounds like some people when they're trying to describe their jobs and they make them sound way super fancier than they are when they don't even really do much of anything. Appointment only. Alright. Let's open that door, I guess, and kill some more Cobra guys. I don't see anybody. Alright.
Hey, who's there?
How do you think I'm gone? I'm just like I'm just lobbing nuclear grenades in your general vicinity, and you're like gone. I'm right here.
Only a fucking coward.
Oh no, with the F-bombs again. I don't think I've taken out one of them with any of those grenades I've thrown. Can they not make it up here? Is that what the problem is?
Come on out.
I'm coming.
Nice and quick.
Hey, a robot. In attack, Mr. Handy.
Get up.
They're just shooting at Peter. Poor Peter. I don't know why I went to that one all the way over there instead of the middle one. Can we get out of VATS, please? Thanks. Alright. We all good? Nice and clear? Cool, cool. Alright, let's find Milton. Peter, you okay, Peter? Peter's okay. Because that's all that matters now. Is that Peter's okay. Alright, there's still clearly people around. Because there's still people talking. Anybody in the shower? Doing push-ups? See, look, I'm not going to loot any of that stuff. I'm trying to be better about not looting everything. Oh, but those Nuka-Colas. Oh, but I can't take them. Oh, you tease. Such a tease with the Nuka-Colas. Come along, you belong. Feel the fizz of Nuka-Cola. Alright, so that's probably where I'm going. Into the detention wing, but I just want to make sure, since I still heard people chit-chatting, that we've cleared out oh my. Oh, I found all the dead bodies. This is a lot of dead bodies. They even got one of their own dudes.
Anything good?
I'll take that outfit. It might come in handy. Maybe. What do we got? Bottle caps, Minutemen, gunners. They don't even care about caps. Why would you leave this many caps on everybody? Man, Brotherhood of Steel. Alright, I'm not going to loot all these bodies, but holy Moses. He says as he keeps looting as many bodies as he can because his OCD is starting to ping because there's all this stuff. And I'm not taking it. Alright, you know what? Such a pretty place to stop and save it, but it's about that time. If you made it with me this far into the video, I greatly appreciate it. More than you honestly ever will know. Thank you for spending this hour with me and any previous hours you spent with me. If you do any of those things that you would normally do, if you like a YouTube channel, I would appreciate that as well. Otherwise, I completely understand. Thank you very much, Dwellers, and have a good night.